It's been 3 weeks since the mask requirement was lifted. What Ball State students have to say.
As gardening weather moves in, Delaware County has a way for you to make your flowers bloom.
NATO meeting latest, what Biden had to say, and how much aid he's giving to Ukraine.
And how you fly could look different. We have the latest.
Tracking scattered showers and the potential for some snow showers as well. I'll have more coming up.
Delaware County's only live television newscast from Ball State University's Unified Media Newsroom. You're watching Newslink, Indiana.
Thanks for being with us. I'm Joey Moore.
And I'm Catherine Segal. Ball State's mask mandate was lifted 3 weeks ago, and since the masks have been off, students and staff have been wondering about the trend in COVID-19 numbers on campus.
Newslink Indiana's Madeline Kerr joins us now. Madeline?
Yeah, we've been back on campus for a while, maskless, now about 2 weeks. I spoke with students today about how they're adjusting and their thoughts on the trend in case numbers. It's been 2 years since the COVID-19 pandemic shut down Ball State University and completely changed campus life. Classes went online, signs about social distancing went up, and masks covered everyone's faces.
I thought it was temporary. I really thought it wasn't going to be that long.
But the masks have come off. Ball State lifted its mask mandate on March 4th, right before students left for spring break. Due to the high volume of travel, many students have chosen to continue wearing their masks.
It really just depends where I'm at. If I'm around people with masks, I know they're still worried about it, so I'll put mine on too to make them feel better. But when it's just me, I usually don't.
I'm mixed on how to feel about it because on campus I feel like it's a lot of people who I'd be mingling with and I don't know where they've been, especially because it was just spring break.
However, according to Ball State's COVID dashboard, there has not been a spike in cases, even after 2 weeks on campus with no masks. Only one positive case of COVID-19 has been reported in the past 24 hours, and graphs show that cases have been steadily decreasing since January.
I thought I would see increases, but I haven't.
Students across campus said they are surprised by the numbers, and after 2 long years, many are hopeful for a return to normal. Hopefully, we can see those cases continue to decrease. For any updates on COVID-19 cases and trends, make sure to look at the spring 2022 COVID dashboard.
Thank you, Madeline. 2 Republican to ban transgender players from girls' sports. The vetoes show some remaining fractures among GOP leaders over how to navigate gender's reemergence as an issue. Still, those decisions that counter the party's conservative wing could prove short-lived against a fired-up GOP base. Utah Governor Spencer Cox and Indiana Governor Eric Holcomb vetoes bills passed by state lawmakers. Their opposition puts them at odds with some of their high-profile counterparts in states such as Iowa, Florida, and South Dakota, where politically ambitious governors have leaned into the debates.
Governor Holcomb has directed flags at state properties be flown at half-staff to honor the life and legacy of former Secretary of State Madeleine Albright. Flags should be flown at half-staff until sunset on Sunday. Holcomb asked Indiana businesses and residents yesterday to also lower their flags. Albright became the first female U.S. Secretary of State in 1996 and a mentor to many current and former American statesmen and women. She died of cancer yesterday at 84.
April showers may bring May flowers, and Delaware County's Master Gardeners Association is teaching children how to make the flowers bloom at mini gardening camps this summer. This is the first year Master Gardens Association will host in-person camps in over a year due to COVID-19. This opportunity for children gets them involved with the community to learn the importances of gardening.
We've done a kids camp for 11 years. We try to involve kids ages 5 to 11 years old. And our goal with the camps is to get the kids to understand about gardening and outdoors and get excited about, getting their hands in the dirt.
Applications for the camps will be updated in April. If you are interested in registering, check out Master Gardeners' Facebook page or their website at delcomastergardener.org. And I'm sure the flowers are loving all the rain we're getting lately, but not me so much.
I am not. I don't like the gloomy weather and the fact that it's been cold. Jack, please tell me it's going to change.
I would love to, but unfortunately, I don't think I can right now, but those flowers are certainly liking the weather we have right now. So current temperatures right now, Muncie's sitting at 45 degrees, Fort Wayne up here at 42, and Indianapolis at 43. So we're in the middle 40s around the state. And now we're going to look at the temperatures for the next 12 hours. And as you can see, there's a nice gradual decrease to the lower 40s. Actually, that's going to start off your Friday. So it's not going to be a horribly cold way to start off your Friday. What we're tracking coming up into the show is a colder weekend with some mixed precipitation and then a rainy week to follow. I'll have all of that and more coming up in my full forecast.
Thanks, Jack. President Biden took part in a series of emergency summits in Brussels today. He came out of them touting the unity of the Western response to Russia's invasion of Ukraine.
As allies work to settle on the next phase of their response, at a news conference, Biden said Russian President Vladimir Putin was counting on NATO being split, but he couldn't have been more wrong.
NATO has never been more united than it is today. Putin is getting exactly the opposite what he intended to have as a consequence of going into Ukraine. We've built that same unity with the European Union and with the leading democracies of the G7.
During the critical day of meetings, Biden announced new punishment directed at members of Russia's parliament, and he unveiled a plan for the U.S. to accept as many as 100,000 refugees fleeing the violence in Ukraine, along with a large amount of aid.
And today, I'm announcing the United States is prepared to commit more than $1 billion in humanitarian assistance to help get relief to millions of Ukrainians.
The steps are intended to show American resolve in confronting the crisis and how the U.S. is prepared to provide major humanitarian assistance.
Former President Trump filed a federal lawsuit tonight against Hillary Clinton and people allegedly involved with opposition research in 2016. He's accusing them of conspiring to harm the then Republican presidential candidate and cripple his campaign. It seeks at least $24 million in damages. The lawsuit alleges Clinton and the Democratic National Committee fabricated a link between the Trump campaign and Russia. It says that triggered what it calls an, quote, unfounded federal investigation and a, quote, media frenzy. A federal criminal investigation into the Trump campaign's ties with Russia led to several convictions of Trump campaign associates who lied about their political efforts. The probe established Russia's interest in helping Trump in 2016 and found the Trump campaign sought to capitalize on Russia's interference in that election.
This year will mark 10 years since the deadly shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary School, when 20 children and 6 adults were killed. Radio show host Alex Jones repeatedly called the shooting a hoax, and families of the victims are suing him for defamation. But for the second day in a row, he failed to show up for a deposition. Jones' attorneys repeatedly asked for the deposition to be delayed, saying Jones is dealing with some kind of medical issue right now. But the judge said it wasn't serious enough to warrant delay. An attorney for the Sandy Hook families released a statement calling Jones' no-show a, quote, cowardly attempt by Mr. Jones to escape accountability for the years he spent spreading lies about Sandy Hook.
And after the break, how your flights could look a little different soon.
Plus, Uber is teaming up with one of New York's most iconic features. Find out why in moments.
Riding the bus is an easy thing to do. Last year, we carried 60,000 riders from the Ball State area. 50,000 of those were students. Anywhere you want to go, MITS will take you there.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
You could be flying maskless soon if a group of airlines has its way.
The companies are asking President Joe Biden to lift the mask mandate for all passengers and the COVID-19 testing requirement for international travelers. The federal transportation mask mandate ends April 18th, but the White House is consulting with the CDC about lifting it earlier. The agency reports cases are going down, but reminds possible travelers that the new Omicron subvariant is more transmissible than the original version.
Look at hospitalizations for COVID-19, we look at hospital capacity, and importantly, we also look at cases. So all of those go into the formulation as we use those metrics for future guidance.
Uber is teaming up with New York's iconic yellow cabs. Thursday, the rideshare company announced a new partnership that would allow users to hail New York City cabs through its app. Taxi drivers will also be able to accept rides from Uber customers. For this to work, Uber has integrated its platform with two apps used by taxi drivers, Curb and Aro. Uber says it hopes to eventually expand the partnership beyond the New York area, potentially adding new drivers nationwide.
With sky-high gas prices, free gas probably sounds pretty good right about now. Well, depending on who you ask. In Chicago, a recent gas giveaway caused some chaos. Now there's another one. Businessman and philanthropist Dr. Willie Wilson is giving away $1 million in gas, $50 a car at 46 Illinois gas stations. For people struggling to make ends meet, long lines are the least of their problems.
People are hurting. They need this help. I think Willie Wilson did a very good thing. I'm on a fixed income. It'll help me more than probably some of the younger people. But like I said, it was a decent gesture, and I like it. I like it. I think he did a pretty good job with it.
Some communities and gas station owners have bowed out over traffic concerns, with one city saying it would cost about $10,000 in overtime to direct traffic. But Wilson is more concerned with helping out the tens of thousands of people who need to fill up their tanks, and he's already considering a third giveaway.
And one man's trash is another man's power source? In southern Nevada, it is. This Las Vegas landfill called Apex is currently producing enough gas to power 11,000 homes in the area every single day. As the world's largest landfill site by area, Apex takes in over 8,000 tons of garbage a day. But instead of just letting it rot, crews from a company called Republic Services cover the waste and install wells to extract gas from the landfill. After being sent to a bioplant to be cleaned, the gas goes to a power plant, where combustion turbines turn the gas into power. Apex began converting the landfill gas to power in 2012. Today, they have 155 wells doing the dirty work to provide residents with clean energy.
Gun violence prevention activists brought a powerful message to the National Mall in Washington today. On the 4-year anniversary of the March for Our Lives rally, they used body bags to spell out the words, quote, thoughts and prayers. The 1,100 fake body bags commemorate the anniversary of the 2018 school shooting in Parkland, Florida, that sparked their movement. March for Our Lives organizers say more than 170,000 people in the U.S. have died from gun violence since the Parkland shooting. They hope the dramatic display inspires lawmakers to take action against gun violence, including enacting universal background checks.
These body bags are 1,100 body bags spelling out thoughts and prayers, because that's what they have been doing for 4 years, sharing thoughts and sharing prayers, and that's what it gets us, more body bags and more deaths.
Throw it over to Jack with a look at our weather.
Yeah, coming up, so right now we are in the middle 40s, and we are expecting some scattered showers into tonight. I will have more on my full forecast coming up.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you. I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Emotes say a lot, but they can't say it all. Think your guildmate is struggling? Try these dialogue options. Go beyond emotes. Check in with your guildmates at seizetheawkward.org.
Every day,
millions of people are connecting
and even though we're overcoming obstacles,
watching each other's backs,
and banding together,
we should still make an effort.
We should still make an effort
to get to know each other
on a deeper level. Father,
cosplayer,
mentor,
actor.
It's time we take a step forward.
It's time we take a step forward.
Come together
and discover
how accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
Welcome back. Now over to Jack with a full look at weather.
Yeah, right now as we take a look right outside here in Muncie, Indiana, we're going to be right at 45 degrees there with those winds coming out of the west-southwest at 11 miles an hour, which is kind of nice because it's a bit of a decrease from what it was at earlier today. So if we take a look right now at our current radar, we can see that we have a system out to our west here, and as it's coming towards us, it's actually bringing these scattered showers that are going to impact us for today and tomorrow, and actually on Sunday as well. That those showers will be impacting us. I'll have a little bit coming up on that as well. So as we look at tonight's forecast, we have a low of 41 degrees with those scattered showers, and then the winds are going to be pretty calm, 5 to 10 miles an hour out of the southwest there. Now as we look at tomorrow's forecast, it's going to be a lot of rain, I hate to tell you. So starting off at 37 degrees at 8 in the morning, and then we're going to be ending around 45 degrees at 5 o'clock at night. Pretty much at 8 o'clock in the morning and 12, we're going to be having those those lighter showers. And then towards dinner time, we could be experiencing some more of a stronger storm that is going to impact there. So that's why it's raining a little harder there. And there will be a little gradual increase in temperature. So as we go to precision cast, we're going to start off tomorrow at 10 in the morning. We can see those showers impacting the area there. I'm just going to put that in motion and then we'll stop it right around dinner time. As you can see, this line of storms there is a little heavier than the little blips that we were seeing earlier today. So, make sure that you plan accordingly. If you're having dinner outside, granted you shouldn't because it's cold, so you don't need to be doing that anyways. But, make sure you just take everything inside and just plan accordingly to the weather. And then I'll play it forward a little more, and then this is just horrible. I hate this. We break freezing. We go below 32 degrees, so that rain is turning into snow. Unfortunately, early in the morning on Saturday, and I can play that out and you can see that we will be dealing with a couple flurries Saturday morning there. Now, nothing is going to accumulate from that snow. However, it'll just be flurries and then it'll transition into rain as Saturday continues. So yeah, Saturday we're going to have rain and snow there. That snow will give way to the rain probably around noon there. We'll break freezing there. And then Sunday we're actually going to clear out a little bit. The winds will be pretty soft, 5 to 10 from the northwest, high of 36, and we'll be seeing the sun, which is, we're going to like that because we got to conserve all the sun that we have right now. So from Friday and Saturday we're going to be experiencing those showers and snow there. Sunday we got to conserve, remember, just because of all that gray that we're going to be having towards the end of the week, and we're also going to be pretty rainy as well. So we just got to enjoy Sunday while we have it.
Yeah, and with all this crazy weather in the spring, everything's just changing.
Snow? I do not want to see any more snow.
I was really hoping we were done with snow.
I'm not gonna lie, I was really hoping we were too, but unfortunately, this is the cards that we were dealt. And there is a bit of a warm-up next week, so we can look forward to that as well.
And hey, in the spring, it's March Madness, one of my favorite times of year. Andy, can we hear a bit about that today?
Yeah, thanks, Joey. One Ball State team opening up MAC play and the NCAA tournament picking up again. Find out what's going on next in sports.
Here's your sandwich, miss.
Oh, thank you.
And your burger.
Awesome, thank you.
And your bowl of boiling water, sir.
After retiring from the NFL, I've been able to spend a lot more time coaching my daughter's basketball teams. It's something I love to do. Through our games and our tournaments, we see all types of coaching, good and bad. And it begs the question, do we really know who's coaching our kids? Do they have the proper training and screening it would take for me to be comfortable with my daughters playing for that coach? Our Youth Basketball Association made the decision to use trusted coaches to screen and train all of our coaches. I'm a trusted coach. Are you?
So if one cat has 4 kittens who reproduce every 6 months, how many cats will there be in 5 years? Who's got it? Is this... What is that? Seriously? Who threw that?
Cats are terrible at math, but they sure do multiply. Please spay, neuter, and adopt.
The solution is 10.
Welcome back to Newslink, Indiana. I'm Andy Newman with sports. Ball State women's tennis looking to hold serve this year by defending their regular season MAC title. Newslink, Indiana's Caleb Zuver hit the court to talk with the team about their mentality as MAC play begins.
The Ball State women's tennis team opening MAC play with a 5-2 win over Western Michigan on Sunday as they look to defend their regular season title. Senior Livia Lucas is excited for the challenge that lies ahead.
Yeah, I think we're super excited to start this season, and this might be my last season as a senior. So I just try to get the best out of it and just to stay grateful that we get the opportunity to play this year and not to take it granted.
Being the hunted instead of the hunter can be very different and present challenges to a team. It's very different having a target on your back. Junior Amy Kaplan understands that there still needs to be a chip on your shoulder.
And obviously with teams gunning at you and celebrating when they beat you, celebrating like it's the best match they've ever won, it means a lot, but it also takes a lot of hard work and focus, which is crucial.
The MAC season is just beginning, but matches for the spring have been taking place since January. Kaplan says sticking together is what's going to get this team to the finish line.
You're on the court a lot, you're with your teammates a lot, but it's just really important to have a solid support system. If you need help, you go to your teammates and you just use the resources that you're provided. And it's just super important to know yourself, know your body, know what's good for you, know what's not good for you.
Ball State continues MAC play this weekend with matches at Buffalo and at home versus Toledo. In Muncie, Caleb Zuver, Newslink, Indiana.
Shooting over to the field, women's field hockey securing new head coach Caitlin Walsh. Walsh spent the past 3 seasons as an assistant coach at Kent State before taking her first head coaching job with the Cardinals, who are coming off a 4-13 season. Passing things over to the hardwood, the NCAA men's basketball tournament and March Madness starting back up tonight after a 3-day break. The Sweet 16 slated matchups being played today and tomorrow. The number 1 overall seed, the Gonzaga Bulldogs, facing off with 4-seeded Arkansas Razorbacks. That game wrapping up as we speak, as Gonzaga is having a little trouble with Arkansas. Next up in tonight's matchups, the 11-seeded Michigan Wolverines doing battle with 2-seeded Villanova. That game wrapping up as we speak as well. The big matchup of the night, the 2-seeded Duke University Blue Devils taking on 3-seeded Texas Tech. The last contest of the day, 1-seeded Arizona taking on 5-seeded Houston. And then tomorrow, Doug Eder and the 15-seeded Cinderella St. Peter's Peacocks facing off with Indiana's own, the 3-seeded Purdue Boilermakers. Next up, the 4-seeded Providence Friars matching up with number 1 overall seeded, the Kansas Jayhawks. And then 8-seeded North Carolina taking down number 1-seeded Baylor to face off with the 4-seeded UCLA Bruins. And finally, 10-seeded Miami facing off with 11-seeded Iowa State. And then looking at the NLI brackets, we have our bracket challenge going on right now. Adam Fike leading the way in first place. And then in second place, Oliver Mostert. And then tied for third, Logan Salzbrenner, Joey Moore, and Grace Benikowski. And then at the bottom of the barrel, last place, and 25th, Daniel Keene. And then tied with Daniel is Jack Van Meter. And then in 27th, a surprising turn of events, Zach Greer, normally good at basketball, is in 27th. And then 28th, Samantha Martin. And then in last, Tara Konieczny. And guys, obviously, Joe, you're doing a great job. Do you think you're going to keep it going?
I just lost my national champion last week, so I doubt it. But thank you, Andy.
I'm in 21st place, so not good, but that's okay.
And thank you, Andy. One NBA team fan has committed to his team in a unique and permanent way.
Plus, what iconic sports memorabilia you could get your hands on. All that and a final look at weather after the break.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No problem. Just like the rules to surviving Zombieland, there are steps you can take to be prepared for an emergency.
It's the right thing to do.
Talk with your family to make a plan. Look for safe areas to meet up if separated. And stock up on supplies. It's never too early to get prepared, so start now.
Right now?
Right now. You can't predict emergencies, but you can be ready.
You're welcome, America.
Visit ready.gov today to learn more.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Although we're right in the middle of March Madness, an NBA fan is finding ways to make headlines. Jack Bienvenu of Cape Cod is maybe feeling a little too confident in his Boston Celtics as he tattooed a 2022 NBA Finals championship banner for the Celtics onto his arm. And while Jack may be hoping for his Celtics to win a title this summer, we do have a viewer excited to watch her team play for a national title this weekend. Our advisor Lisa Renzi Rhodes, who gave me this towel, Northwest Missouri State Bearcats will try to play for the Division II National Championship on Saturday at the Ford Center in Evansville.
Well, that's definitely a hardcore fan with that permanent tattoo. Hardcore sports fan with deep pockets now have an opportunity to get their hands on a major piece of sports memorabilia. The clubs used by legendary golfer Tiger Woods to win the Tiger Slam will be up for grabs for the first time in years. Woods used those clubs to win all 4 major titles in 2000 and 2001. Now over to Jack for a final look at weather.
As we look at our 7-day, we are going to be seeing rain and snow potentially on Friday and Saturday, clearing out for Sunday, and then a whole lot of gray to start off your next week.
Yeah, and it's never a good thing to see all that gray. But that's going to do it for tonight for us here at Newslink, Indiana. Be sure to join us again tomorrow morning at 8 for our sister show, Waking Up with Cardinal Weather.
And for news anytime, anywhere, go to ballstatedaily.com. Have a great night.